Redneck Country. My name is Darlene. I got my husband Matthew here with me. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a disorder that I was diagnosed with when I was 23. But before I start that, I just would like to ask for y'all to please like, subscribe, and also post a comment in here if what I'm talking about on the thyroid issue rings a bell with you. Tell me what you have found out about your thyroid disorder. So first of all, I'm going to start out when I was like 18. I didn't have any kind of issues known at all. I was about 121 pounds, and I'll even show you, I've got proof of it. So this right here was me when I was like 18 years old. And then I had my first child when I was about 20. And everything was still normal. I wasn't 121 pounds anymore. I was 151 pounds, which was still not bad. But then I had my second child. After he was born, I went right back to 151 pounds. Everything went great. And then all of a sudden, I dropped back down to the 121 pounds. And by the time he turned 2, I ended up being diagnosed with a thyroid issue. But to get a little bit more of the background of that, before I got diagnosed with that, I literally had to go through the process of going to doctors, trying to figure out what's wrong. And I hope some of this information that I give you kind of helps you look in that way. If you're thinking, oh wow, that's happening to me, maybe you need to talk to your doctor and see. All they can do, the only way they can ever test you and see if this is the problem is they actually have to do blood work. But the reason I say that is because when I first went to the doctor, because I was a single mom, she thought I was depressed, and she tried to put me on antidepressants. Now, some people do need them. I was not one of those that needed it. I actually cried because she said I was. Because I wasn't unhappy, I was just tired, and I went to her because I was tired. So I tried the antidepressants. They didn't work. They made me more tired. So I went back to her, and she still ended up telling me to keep trying it. So I got mad at her, and I quit going to the doctor. I didn't go to the doctor with her for it was like, by the time they found out, that was about a year's difference from the time I first got to having the symptoms, then I went to the doctor. And by then, I couldn't even hold my eyes open. I was walking around at work with my eyes closed. I was going to end up hurting someone or hurting myself. So finally, a new doctor came in, and I decided to go and see the doctor and talk to her about me not being able to keep my eyes open. When I went in there and explained everything to her, she instantly started feeling on my neck. And when she did, she asked me if I had ever had my thyroid checked. Well, I didn't even know anything about a thyroid until then. After I went in to see her, she actually told me that she needed to do blood work. They did the blood work, and I came back a week later, and she's like, I know why you're walking around with your eyes closed. So she decided to explain it to me in terms that she figured I would understand. So she said that a TSH level for a thyroid is not supposed to be any higher than 5. And when she did my blood work, it was 500. And that's the reason why I couldn't hold my eyes open. So they started treating me with levothyroxine. I've been on that ever since then. And there was one time I went off of it. I got mad at the doctor, and you can ask Matthew. It's the truth. I actually got mad at the doctor and told him no, I was not coming in every 3 months. No, excuse me, that was at that time every month. And I'm not paying a doctor's bill every month. So I got mad and I quit taking it. Well, last year I started back taking my thyroid medicine, and I've actually got my blood work here. But I do want to show you that what happened before I ended up getting everything a little bit more organized. I actually was looking like this. By the time they found out my thyroid was not working.
How much did you weigh there?
215 pounds.
How much do you weigh now?
This morning I weighed 162.2.
162.2.
So
that's a big difference.
In January, when I started going to the new doctor, since I moved, he wound up doing my blood work, and my TSH levels was actually over 150 again. But see, I got mad at the doctor and quit taking my thyroid medicine. Also, I wasn't even trying to eat healthy or anything like that. And then he also tested my T4s, and it was like 0.6. Now, I've got on my chart record where I can see it looks like apparently the T4 levels are supposed to be 0.8 to 1.8. So at that time, I guess that was a little low. By the time I went, he had me go back in 3 months. So by April, my TSH levels was down to 0.35, which is actually low because they say it's not supposed to be no lower than 0.4, but no higher than 4.5. And then my T4s was at 1.6, so that was in good normal range. But then in July, my TSH levels dropped even more. And what he's doing is he started me out on a really high dose, and he's been lowering it each month. Every 3 months when I go back, he lowers a day by 75 micrograms. So he lowers it. I started out taking 175 for the whole time, and then when I went back in 3 months and he did blood work, he lowered it down to 175 Monday through Saturday, and then I took 100 milligram, and then he done my blood work again, and that's whenever that one come up, in July, that's when he lowered it to 175 Monday through Friday, and Saturday I was having and Sunday I was taking 100 milligrams, and then October came and I had my blood work done, and it was 0.26 was my TSH levels, and my T4 is 2.1. So I'm not really understanding why my T4s are going up and down. So I'm going to ask him the next time I see him about that, since I've really started looking at my chart a little bit more. But my TSH actually has come up a little bit, and I think they're trying to get that a little bit more leveled out. But I'll investigate that too, and then I'll get back to you and let you know what I found out. But he did lower it again to where I'm taking 175 Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I take 100 micrograms. It's not milligrams, it's micrograms for levothyroxine. And I think, the generic brand is Synthroid, so I think it's still micrograms as well. But I have to go back in February and get blood work again, and I'll let you know what it is then. The whole purpose of me even doing this is because I've actually started changing my eating habits, and I want to kind of keep up with what's going on. Plus, I've started drinking what they call a ginger tea at night, and then I drink a coriander tea in the morning, because I want to not just get it working correctly or getting it to where my levels are correct. I want to be able to correct my thyroid disorder. If it works, then great. If not, and it kind of improves, I'll still feel good as long as they lower my dosage and takes less medication. You have anything you want to say? He's been quiet. I'm very proud of him.
Well, you're eating very strict keto.
Mm-hmm.
Which is almost carnivore. You're about 98% carnivore.
Yeah, I do have a spoonful of honey, like not too full, but of this right here of raw honey that I get from the Amish. But I do that because I can't handle the full ginger. This stuff is stout.
Yeah. So basically, you're allowing your body to heal itself. You're doing 2 different teas,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is going to be really really eye opening for you. You're also doing the. Do you want to tell them about the water that you're doing as well, or no?
No, we're not worried about that right now.
Okay.
We drink water. I don't even know.
Obviously, I plan to see.
Hydrating?
This, yeah.
Is it
Tune back
hydrated?
in. Huh?
Hydrated one, isn't it?
Hydrogenized.
Okay, that.
Yeah, ionized. Yeah. So, yes. I've been drinking a lot of this too. I've actually been drinking like 10 glasses a day, which has been very, very good. But I think that you covered absolutely everything. I do. Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to join me on this journey to see what's going to happen with my thyroid, with my teas, and my eating habit.
Oh, you know
Did that
what?
just get blurry? Please come back and join us. Put a comment in there. And tell me what the doctors told you about your thyroid issue, if you've got a thyroid issue.
Or if you've been able to reverse it, let us know.
Yes, or if you've been able to reverse the thyroid, please let me know and tell me what you did. Y'all come back now, you hear?